To become a formidable powerhouse, an elemental spirit master specializing in elemental control was required to grasp the true nature of the element. Once they understood the elemental heart of a specific element, they could harness not only their spirit power, but also manipulate the corresponding elements in the surrounding air. This mastery greatly enhanced their offensive and defensive capabilities. However, if a spirit master couldn't control the multitude of elements summoned through the elemental heart, they would face a devastating backlash with unimaginable consequences. Therefore, only spirit masters with exceptionally high mental power could truly comprehend and control the heart of the element. The Zhou twins were acutely aware of the catastrophic consequences if they lost control of their elemental hearts. Determined to avoid such a fate, they decided to launch a joint attack. Joining forces, they channeled their energies together. Meanwhile, Brother Tian and Brother Zheng observed from their box, curious about the unfolding events on the stage. The twins then unleashed a rare spirit essence fusion technique, a sight seldom seen in the Duluo continent competitions. It was at this moment that Long Huantian understood why Zhang Zhenpeng had been so confident in requesting the Shrek Academy's inner courtyard quota. Such exceptional talents should never be overlooked or left to waste away. As the standoff continued, the wind and fire elements on the field began to disperse, and the tornado was on the verge of vanishing. Suddenly, a colossal tree radiating a white light materialized in the tornado's place, colliding with the wind and fire vortex. A powerful elemental storm erupted, causing the tornado to dissipate completely. The twins had attempted to use the spirit essence fusion skill, but their control over the technique was still lacking. Gu Yue made a quick decision to retreat, but before she could leave the stage, the referee declared the match over. Chaos erupted as giant trees sprouted on the battlefield. Wu Zhengkong burst out of room number 7, while 2 others emerged from room number 1. The twins unleashed their spirit essence fusion skill, freezing Gu Yue and Wu Lin in place. Gu Yue struggled to protect Wu Lin, but she realized he had been impaled and was bleeding severely. Wu Lin's fading consciousness caused Gu Yue to cry out. Brother Zheng approached the twins, his expression filled with concern and curiosity. He couldn't help but question them about their decision to use the spirit essence fusion skill, despite his explicit request for them not to. Worried about their well-being, he inquired if they had experienced any negative consequences from it, and if their bodies were still intact. The Zhou twins, filled with regret, admitted that they had underestimated the consequences of using the Ice Forest skill. They hadn't gained enough practical combat experience, leaving them with no other option but to instinctively rely on the Spirit Essence fusion skill when faced with formidable opponents. As they witnessed Wu Lin and Gu Yue being overwhelmed by a colossal ice tree, their regret intensified. As Brother Zheng and the twins made their way out of the arena, a confident figure approached them, questioning Brother Zheng's teaching methods. Anger flashed in Brother Zheng's eyes as he glared back at the man, demanding to know who had given him the audacity to speak. The tension between them escalated, and the man prepared himself for a battle that seemed inevitable. He possessed a black spirit ring, and there were 2 of them. Long Huantian chose to assist Brother Zheng. Together they initiated their attacks against the man, who fought back with his powerful strikes. The spectators were left in shock. The man wielded terrifying power with 6 rings, displaying the strength of a spirit emperor. Brother Zheng pondered why the man suddenly targeted them, despite appearing no older than 29. He questioned how someone so young could possess such immense strength. Brother Tian pondered the man's origins and audacity to cause chaos in the Sky-Sea Alliance competition. Xinglan's brother expressed concern for Wu Lin's well-being, but Xinglan remained silent. It was evident that individuals were willing to risk their safety for those they cared about. Wu Lin was already gravely injured from his battle with Xinglan, leaving her uncertain about his condition. She sensed a connection between the man and Wu Lin. Suddenly, a team of giant mechs descended upon the arena with blaring sirens. They encircled the man, labeling him as an intruder and ordering him to retreat. Brother Tian's anxiety eased as he praised the team's timely intervention, confident that they had the situation under control. Meanwhile, Shen Yi observed the unfolding chaos from her box, noting that the mech team's actions were pushing the man to his limits. She understood that the quiet ones often held the most power. The man then unleashed a devastating attack of Sky Ice. Wukong finally unleashed the power of the Sky Ice sword, much to the anticipation of the audience. Cheers erupted as they realized it was battle armor. Brother Zheng and Brother Tian speculated if he was a 2-character battle armor master. His strength now rivaled that of an 8-ring spirit master. With a determined expression, Wukong warned that if anything happened to his students, he wouldn't hesitate to seek revenge. A woman in the crowd couldn't help but admire his handsome features. Suddenly, a surge of spirit power caught everyone's attention, leaving them curious about his next move. His sister hurried over, urging him to think before acting impulsively. As Brother Zheng and Brother Tian observed from the sidelines, they were taken aback by the appearance of yet another individual in battle armor. His sister issued a strict command, instructing everyone to remain in their positions. Wukong, after much perseverance, finally achieved a breakthrough in the 7th ring. Overjoyed, his sister extended her congratulations to him. Wukong's attention then shifted toward Wu Lin and Gu Yue, who were trapped within the radiant golden cocoon. Swiftly descending towards Wu Lin, who lay helpless on the ground, he was joined by Gu Yue, who lowered beside him, filled with sorrow. Wukong requested that his sister, who possessed great healing abilities, assess their physical condition. It was expected that Wu Lin's injuries were fatal, and it seemed impossible for him to survive. However, against all odds, he managed to pull through, leaving her perplexed. On the other hand, Gu Yue's actions were truly remarkable, as she utilized her life force to ignite the light of life and heal Wu Lin with the power of light. Wukong then inquired about the potential long-term effects of the incident on them. His sister explained that it would depend on the extent of their recovery. She kindly offered her assistance in taking care of the two children until they fully regained their strength. Wukong expressed his gratitude. Carrying Wu Lin, they slowly made their way towards the exit of the Sky Sea Stadium. Filled with fear, no one dared to make a move or attempt to stop them. The entire stadium fell into a peaceful silence. The man who resembled a king of ice and snow, and the boy who wielded a golden dragon claw, became a new legend in the hearts of all those present. 3 years passed, and Wu Lin and Z found themselves engaged in a lively conversation at the East Sea Science and Technology Park. Their destination was the Tang sect, but their current topic of discussion revolved around their speed. Wu Lin argued that Z excelled in short bursts of speed, while he was better at long-distance running. Z disagreed, prompting Wu Lin to propose settling the debate with a race from East Sea City to Sky Sea City. Z then asked if Wu Lin had accumulated sufficient contribution points for the challenge. Wu Lin was filled with confidence, knowing that it wouldn't be easy, but he had managed to save up enough. As they arrived at the Tang sect, the bot warmly welcomed them and recognized their hard work as students. Once authenticated, their stats appeared on the screen, displaying their ages, total contribution points, available points, level, spirit essences, spirit powers, and the type of their spirit powers. The Tang sect was divided into inner and outer gates. The outer gate consisted of 9 halls, with each level representing a different discipline. The inner gate, on the other hand, comprised 5 halls: Power Hall, Speed Hall, Defense Hall, Enforcement Hall, and Elder Hall. After completing their tasks, which involved refining 3,000 metal refinement first grade, Wu Lin earned 600 points. His available contribution points now totaled 8,463. With these points, he had the option to exchange them for spirit treasures. Among the choices were a 1,000-year dragon tendon and a 1,000-year sea dragon marrow. Wu Lin decided to exchange them, as he only needed a 1,000-year spirit item to break his second seal. He firmly believed that breaking the seal would greatly enhance his spirit essence. Suddenly, a notification popped up on the screen, congratulating Wu Lin for exchanging a total of 15,000 points. As a result, he had been promoted to 5th rank Outer Disciple. Z was amazed by his friend's progress and couldn't help but request Wu Lin to share some of his points with him in the future. Moving on to more serious matters, Xu Xiaoyan had been dedicating herself to intense practice lately, neglecting all other tasks. Her spirit power had reached 29, and she was determined to reach level 30 because it held great significance for a spirit master. Reaching this level would not only give her a spirit ring, but also an additional spirit soul. 3 years prior, Wukong rose to fame after his appearance. The students from Class 0 at East Sea Academy, who were once the center of attention, now paled in comparison to his aura. Although Class 0 had always existed, they had faded from the public eye. Meanwhile, at East Sea Academy, Teacher Wu was having a conversation with the dean in his office. The dean had requested him to teach the students, but Wu declined the offer. The dean thought he might be too anxious and tried to persuade him by mentioning that he was also from Shrek Academy and believed he could teach the students. However, Teacher Wu was not convinced. He explained that Shrek Academy only enrolled students once every 3 years, and since the students were already 13 years old, this was their only chance. Moreover, it was time for them to lay a solid foundation for their future, so he couldn't continue teaching them. The dean then asked Teacher Wu about the potential of these children in the future. With confidence, Teacher Wu replied that they would become battle armor masters. This response took aback the dean. Finally, the dean made one last request. He hoped that in the future, after the children became battle armor masters, they would return to East Sea Academy and give lectures to the new generation of students. Teacher Wu agreed to ensure this would happen. The dean then asked if Teacher Wu would continue teaching at the school, to which he firmly declined once again. At the Spirit Pagoda, Teacher Wu addressed his students. He announced that for their final exam, they must endure a full 24 hours on the Ascension platform amidst the chaos of the riots. Exiting early meant giving up on the chance to visit Shrek City. Wu Lin asked about potential rewards for surpassing the time limit. Teacher Wu confirmed that there was a reward, but it required staying in the core region or slightly beyond. He advised his students to choose their location wisely. Wu Lin then led his team as they set out on their mission. Encouraging his teammates, Wu Lin was hailed as their captain. Their confidence soared under his leadership. Over 3 years, everyone's mental power grew. Gu Yue's power broke through to 500, reaching the Spirit Sea Realm. Wu Lin's power, however, remained at 499, just shy of the Sea Realm. Xiao Yan possessed an extraordinary mental power that surpassed 400. She dedicated herself to reaching the same level as Wu Lin and Gu Yue. On the other hand, Zi's mental power was slightly weaker than the rest, but still exceeded 200. Suddenly, Wu Lin felt an eerie silence enveloping their surroundings. A sense of imminent danger washed over him, prompting him to instruct Gu Yue to investigate. Utilizing her mastery over the wind element, Gu Yue revealed to her teammates that 15 flame lions were lurking to their left. The revelation left them all in a state of shock. Wu Lin believed that playing it safe and going in the opposite direction was the best course of action. However, Zi had a different perspective. He argued that if they wanted to improve, they needed to challenge themselves. Finding spirit beasts that could truly test them was difficult, so it was worth giving it a try. Wu Lin then asked Gu Yue if she shared the same opinion. Gu Yue agreed with Zi's statement. Xiao Yan, on the other hand, said she would follow whatever the captain decided. Reluctantly, Wu Lin accepted the plan. She assigned Gu Yue the task of surveillance. They would approach slowly and wait until nightfall before launching their attack. Wu Lin led the team forward, ready to confront the flame lions. As night fell, Wu Lin asked Gu Yue if she had discovered anything. Gu Yue informed her that another team had been drawn to the flame lions and was preparing to attack. Wu Lin ordered her team to stay put while she went to investigate. To her surprise, the other team had already killed one of the flame lions, and all their members had reached the third spirit ring. 2 of them even had purple third spirit rings, indicating their elite status as members of EC Academy. Wu Lin decided to observe their fighting style before making any further moves. There were a total of 16 flame lions in the group, one of which was already dead. Out of the 16, 4 had lived for thousands of years, posing a great threat to the Soul Sovereign team. Xiao Yan approached Wu Lin and asked if they should assist the other team. However, Wu Lin decided to observe a little longer. He knew that engaging in a direct battle with this group of flame lions would be risky, so it was better to wait for them to weaken before launching an attack. Returning to his teammates, they eagerly asked if he had come up with a plan. Wu Lin had indeed devised a plan and shared it with them. Zi found the plan to be quite ruthless and asked if Gu Yue and Xiao Yan were also clear about it, to which they all confirmed their understanding. Wu Lin and Gu Yue would initiate the attack, while the rest would wait for an opportunity to strike the flame lions. Out of the 7 members of the other team, only 3 remained, with one of them severely injured. Wu Lin calculated that the other team wouldn't last much longer. Nonetheless, they displayed remarkable resilience. They continued devising strategies while battling the flame lions. One of the team members engaged in conversation with Brother Kun, feeling the strain of the situation and unsure of how much longer she could hold on. Brother Kun believed their luck was terrible, having encountered such a formidable group of flame lions right from the start. He directed his fellow teammate to flee first, assuring her that he would create a path for her escape. Once the female spirit master departed, only the strong young man and an agile battle spirit master remained. The battle spirit master, although thin, possessed remarkable flexibility. He cautioned Brother Kun to be careful. Suddenly, the flame lion changed its course and targeted the other master. Brother Kun swiftly instructed him to activate the distress signal. The flame lion charged towards him, its mouth gaping wide and its massive jaws poised to strike. He promptly pressed the distress signal. In the midst of the chaotic whirlwind, Brother Kun stood firm, a lone figure amidst the storm. He tightly grasped his staff, prepared to confront any obstacle that crossed his path. However, just as the tension reached its peak, a resounding command pierced through the air. It was time to take action. With great courage, Brother Kun faced the fiery creatures. Yet, amidst the chaos, an unexpected twist of fate caught him off guard. Vines slithered out, trapping one of the fearsome flame lions, causing confusion among their ranks. As the beasts defiantly roared, a new figure emerged, charging forward with unwavering resolve. It was Wu Lin, his presence commanding the respect and trust of his teammates. With a swift leap, he unleashed his power upon the enemy, striking down one of the mighty lions with a single, decisive blow. Brother Kun could only watch in awe as Wu Lin's prowess unfolded before his eyes. With each strike, he marveled at the strength and skill of this enigmatic newcomer. And then, in a moment that defied belief, Wu Lin stood triumphant, having defeated the king of the flame lions with his bare fists. Brother Kun watched in awe as the dust settled, pondering the mysterious identity of the hero who emerged from the chaos. Following the death of their king, the flame lions grew even more furious. Suddenly, Gu Yue summoned a snowstorm that left the flame lions helpless on the ground. She then crafted an ice ball with a new technique. As the flame lions charged towards her, she unleashed the ice balls, clashing with a fireball launched by the flame lion. The collision echoed loudly. One of the ice balls hit the flame lion, causing it to roar in pain. As the standoff continued, the ice ball exploded into a flurry of ice cones, perfectly timed to pierce through the flame lions. Xiaoyan unleashed the Star Wheel ice chain, launching relentless attacks at the fiery beasts. Brother Kun couldn't help but be amazed by the unfolding events before him. Meanwhile, Brother Kun's team watched the action unfold through a live feed, but suddenly the picture vanished. Something was clearly wrong with their captain. Concerned, the team members gathered around him, asking how he had been teleported out. He had no clue, only remembering that a spirit master had helped him and warned him to be cautious. Undeterred, he boasted that it didn't matter anymore, as he had already avenged everyone by slaying the flame lions.